Blue Ribbon Committee.
Resolution number 393, directing the Senate Committee on Migrant Workers to conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation into the current implementation of the Magna Carta of Filipino Seafarers and to review the existing monitoring measures adopted by the Department of Migrant Workers and the Maritime Industry Authority to ensure the protection, well-being, and continued safety of Filipino seafarers, especially those deployed in high-risk maritime areas, by Senator Tulfo R.
Referred to the Committee on Migrant Workers.
394, congratulating and commending the Philippine National Barebow Archery team for winning 1 gold and 2 bronze medals in the Malaysia Barebow Asia Championship by Senator Padilla.
Referred to the Committee on Rules.
395, expressing the sense of the Senate, urging Senator Ronald Bato M. De La Rosa to voluntarily surrender to the proper authorities and seek judicial remedies in accordance with the Constitution and applicable laws and rules by Senators Pangilinan, Soto III, Lacson, Hontiveros, and Aquino IV.
Referred to the Committee on Rules.
396, directing the appropriate Senate committee to conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation into the reported entry, presence, deployment, participation, or involvement of personnel of the National Bureau of Investigation, other law enforcement or security agencies, and private individuals in the incidents that took place within or in the immediate vicinity of the Senate premises on May 11, 2026 and May 13, 2026, including the discharge of firearms, security breaches, and any attempt to implement, facilitate, or enable an arrest or custodial transfer within Senate premises by Senator Marcos.
Minority Leader, may I ask, may I consult whether you want me to initially refer to Committee on Rules or will we defer first the referral of all resolutions with the same nature and including the manifestation of Senator Erwin Tulfo and the statements of Senator Ontiveros? Should we give it first the rules or defer muna any referral?
If you please, Your Honor, either to the Committee of the Whole or...
What's the pleasure, whether rules or defer, while we're discussing whether we will create?
rules muna. All right.
Then we will discuss
we
in
can
the caucus
discuss,
whether
yes.
we will
If all of these
In
resolutions
accordance with Rule
and the
14.
manifestations be
Yes.
referred to later on
Yes.
because of the 5
Yes.
committees involved, Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Pangilinan.
Yes, Mr. President, I was just going to suggest, but it has already been suggested, that this be first referred to the Committee on Rules, subject to a possible referral
Yes.
to perhaps the Committee of the Whole.
And with the permission of Senator Tulfo and Senator Tiveros, we'll refer your statements today to the Committee on Rules and take it together.
Without prejudice to its referral
Yes.
to another committee,
Yes.
As may be decided by the Senate. Thank you, Mr.
So there's no objections with the qualifications of Senator Pangilinan. PS Resolution 396 and all statements on the same matter today from Senator Tulfo, Senator Tiveros, Senator Cayetano, and Senator Marcoleta referred to the Committee on Rules.
397, resolution directing the appropriate Senate committees to conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation into the shooting incident that occurred within the Senate premises on May 13, 2026, with the end in view of strengthening security protocols, protecting the integrity and independence of the Senate as a democratic institution, ensuring the safety of Senate personnel and the public, and reviewing existing laws, rules, and coordination mechanisms governing security in government institutions by Senator Aquino.
Referred to the Committee on Rules.
398, commending and congratulating Team Pilipinas Poveda and Siende for winning the gold medal for Open Hip Hop in the 2026 International All-Star Federation Dance Worlds and silver medal for Junior Hip Hop in the 2026 International Cheer Union World Championships by Senator Go.
Referred to the Committee on Rules.
399, commending and congratulating the Gilas Pilipinas Women 3x3 team for winning the silver medal in the 2026 FIBA 3x3 Asia Cup by Senator Go.
Referred to the Committee on Rules.
400, commending the Senate media for their bravery and professionalism during their coverage of the May 13, 2026 shooting incident at the Senate by Senator Hontiveros.
Referred to the Committee on Rules. Before the additional reference of business, Majority Leader, you want to make a motion? We will proceed with the additional reference of business.
Additional reference of business. Bills on first reading. Senate Bill number 2133, an act mandating the recruitment, hiring, and training of school-based licensed guidance counselors, psychologists, school social workers, and mental health personnel by Senator Villar M.
Referred to the Committee on Basic Education, Civil Service, Government Reorganization and Professional Regulation, and Finance.
2134, an act providing for the lifetime validity of identification cards issued to persons with permanent disability, amending RA number 7277, or the Magna Carta for Persons with Disability as amended by Senator Villar M.
Referred to the Committee on Social Justice, Welfare, and Rural Development.
2135, an act establishing the Jose Panganiban Special Economic Zone in Freeport, Province of Camarines Norte, and appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes by Senator Padilla.
Referred to the Committee on Economic Affairs, Local Government, Ways and Means, and Finance.
2136, anak upgrading the Camarines Norte Provincial Hospital in the Municipality of Daet, Province of Camarines Norte into a tertiary level 3 general hospital to be known as the Camarines Norte General Hospital under the direct control, supervision, and management of the Department of Health, appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes by Senator Padilla.
Referred to the Committee on Rules.
2137, anak increasing the income tax exemption ceiling for individual taxpayers to 360,000 pesos annually, amending for the purpose Section 24A, 2A, and B of the National Internal Revenue Code of 1997 as amended by Senator Villar M.
Referred to the Committee on Ways and Means.
2138, an act expanding the coverage of RA number 10883, otherwise known as the new Anti-Kidnapping Act of 2016, to include the taking of motor vehicles through deceit of or fraudulent schemes within the definition of kidnapping and for other purposes by Senator Tulfo R.
Referred to the Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs and Public Services.
Resolution PSR number 401, urging the Committee on Sustainable Development Goals, Innovation, and Futures Thinking to conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation on the Philippines' preparedness for the projected 2026 El Nino phenomenon and its impact on food security, water resources, public health, and environment by Senator Cayetano P.
Referred to the Committee on Sustainable Development Goals, Innovation, and Future Thinking.
402, urging the Senate Sergeant at Arms to undertake comprehensive capacity building training programs and to develop, adapt, and institutionalize a formal operations manual to ensure professional, coordinated, rights-based, and effective security operations within the Senate of the Philippines by Senator Tulfo R.
Referred to the Committee on Rules.
Mr. President.
Senator Pangilinan.
Yes, just a, sorry for the delay, but I just caught it, the referral of the climate crisis or climate change resolution to the Committee on Sustainable Development Goals. May we request that it likewise be secondarily referred to the Committee on Agriculture, as food security is one of the concerns raised in the
It's a
resolution.
good suggestion.
With the permission of
Any
sponsors.
objection? There's no objection. It's referred also to the Committee on Agriculture. We agree with you, Senator Pangilinan.
Thank you. Mr. President.
The agreeable senator.
Mr. President.
Senator Win is the only one laughing at my... I might vote for him one day. Majority Leader.
Yes, Mr. President, with the permission of the body and pursuant to Rule 10, Section 13 of the Rules of the Senate, may I respectfully move to elect Senator Rodante Marcoleta as chairperson of the Committee on Justice and Human Rights, Vice Senator Pangilinan. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. President, before we proceed, this is just a personal matter to this representation. May we also acknowledge guests from the gallery, members of Bulacan board members, Board Member Art Legaspi of the 6th District, Board Member I. Mariano of the 3rd District, and Board Member Cesar Teta Mendoza of the 5th District of the great province of Bulacan. We welcome them in this August chamber.
Thank you for visiting us today. Many of the senators started their career in municipal, city legislatures or in the provincial council. Thank you for being with us today.
Mr. President, at this juncture, and with the permission of the body, I move to consider proposed Senate Resolution number 394 and for the Secretary to read the title of the measure. This is the resolution commending the National Barebow Archery Team. I so move, Mr. President.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Consideration of proposed Senate Resolution 394 is now in order. The Secretary is directed to read only the title of the measure without prejudice to inserting the record of the whole text thereof.
Resolution congratulating and commending the Philippine National Barebow Archery Team for winning 1 gold and 2 bronze medals in the Malaysia 2026 Barebow Asia Championship.
Majority Leader.
Mr. President, our colleague Senator Dante Marcoleta just asked me if we can just acknowledge also Sir Marco Eranio Dumale and Sofia Antonina Magsino, who are here with us, a guest of Senator Marcoleta.
Yes. And later on, I think you also have to manifest the representation in the Judicial Bar Council. We usually attach that to the, not always, but we sometimes attach it most of the time to the Committee on Justice. But for the record, after this resolution, maybe we can
Mr.
put
President,
it on
I'm
record.
being educated right now because I have this thinking that it's automatic, Mr.
No,
President.
and justice
But we'll do that
delayed
later,
is
Mr.
justice
President.
denied.
Yes. Mr. President, may we recognize the distinguished sponsor of the measure, Senator Robin Hood Padilla. So move, Mr. President.
Assalamualaikum,
Waalaikumsalam.
Senator Padilla. The floor is yours.
Maraming salamat po, Ginoong Pangulo. Mga kagalang-galang na kasamahan sa Senado, unang-una na po ang mga bayani ng ating sports, si Senadora Pia Cayetano, Senador Bongo, at Senador Joel Villanueva. Kasama na po ang ating SP, Senator Allan Peter Cayetano. At sa lahat po ng ating mga kasamahan, isang karangalan po para sa akin na tumayo ngayon upang isponsoran ang Senate Resolution number 394 na kumikilala at ipinagmamalaki ang isang pambihirang tagumpay na muling nagtaas sa bandila ng Pilipinas sa pandaydigang entablado. Sa kauna-unahang pagkakataon sa kasaysayan, nasungkit ng ating pambansang kupunan sa barebow archery ang gintong medalya na ginanap sa Malaysia 2026 Barebow Asia Championship noong ika-29 ng Abril hanggang ika-3 ng Mayo ngayong taon sa Shah Alam National Sports Complex, Panasonic, Selangor, Malaysia. Isang makasaysayang panalo na nagpapatunay na ang galing, tapang, disiplina at determinasyon ng Pilipino ay walang katumbas. Pinangunahan po ito ng ating mga magigiting na Pilipina archers na sina Maria Razel Richilda Padilla Abella, Josephine Galisano, Rowena Galisano at Isabel Narangila. Sa kabila ng matinding laban, ipinakita nila ang pambihirang husay at tibay ng loob mula sa semifinals kung saan tinalo nila ang Thailand sa end score na 6-2 hanggang sa nakakapanabik na finals sa host country na Malaysia. Hindi sila natinag. Nakuha ng Malaysia ang unang set, 43-42, na nakapagbigay sa kanila ng 2-0 lead. Tumugon naman ng Pilipinas sa ikalawang set na natapos sa tie round score na 49-49 at score na 3-1. Sumiklab ang galing ng mga Pilipina sa ikatlong set at nagdala ng 51-45 na panalo upang mapantay ang set score na 3-3. Nanatiling dikit ang laban matapos ang ikaapat na set sa score na 48-48. Dahilan upang manatiling tabla ang laban sa 4-4. Panoorin po natin ang video. Sa huli, ang kampyonato ay napagdesisyonan sa pamamagitan ng isang shoot-off kung saan nanatiling kalmado at matatag ang ating Philippine Barebow Women's Archery Team. Pinatunayan nila ang pusong Pinoy ay hindi sumusuko at sa huli ay naiuwi nila ang kauna-unahang gintong medalya para sa ating bansa sa larangan ng barebow na score na 5-4. Hindi rin nagpahuli ang mga kalalakihan, Philippine Barebow Men's National Team na binubuo ni Eliezer Villarosa Jr., Kenneth Marlow Tan, Joseph Tan at Apollo Clark Co na nagkamit naman ng 2 bronze na medalya. Isa rin itong napakalaking tagumpay na patuloy na lumalakas at umuulad ang larangan ng archery ng Pilipinas. Lalo pong kahanga-hanga ang kanilang tagumpay dahil ang mga nasabing barebow teams ay halos self-funded. Mula sa kanilang pagsasanay, uniforme, hanggang sa pamasahe at iba pang gastusin, sila mismo ang nagtaguyod sa kanilang pangarap habang nirepresenta ang ating watawat. Sa kabila ng limitadong suporta, nanaig ang kanilang dedikasyon at pagmamahal sa bayan. Magsilbi din sana itong panawagan na dapat nating suportahan ang ating mga atletang Pilipino sa kanilang mga kampanya na magdala ng karangalan sa ating bansa. Hindi rin po nating dapat kalimutan ang kanilang volunteer coaches na sila Mark Henry Wee, Dem Paragamak, Jomelini Estacio at Dr. Federico Eduardo Abella na buong pusong naglaan ng oras at talento upang gabayan ang ating mga atleta. Hindi po biro ang larong archery. Ito'y nangangailangan ng pinagsanib na pisikal na disiplina, matinding konsentrasyon, at malalim na malayang kaisipan. Ang tagumpay na ito ay kwento ng sakripisyo, pagkakaisa, at walang sawang paniniwala sa kakayahan ng Pilipino. Ito ay paalala na kapag pinagsama ang talento, sipag at pagmamahal sa bayan, walang imposible. Kaya naman po, buong pinagmamalaki kong sinusulong sa bulwagang ito ang pagkilala sa ating mga pambansang bayani sa larangan ng barebow archery. Naway magsilbi silang inspirasyon sa bawat Pilipino na mangarap ng mataas, magsumikap ng buong puso at ipaglaban ang ating watawat saan mang panig ng mundo. Ika nga ng isang pamosong archer na si Ron Laclaire. Archery is like a journey. It begins with a love for shooting, a bow, and a passion for watching our arrows fly. Mabuhay po ang ating atletang Pilipino. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas.
Senator Padilla, thank you for that very action-filled speech. Would you want to tell their names again so that they can stand up one by one and be recognized? No? So we're not allowed to applaud, but we applaud you in our hearts as you stand up and be recognized.
Pinakikilala ko po sa inyo ang ating mga kababaihan na gold. Ito po ang tunay na Robin Hood sa pamilya namin. Maria Razel Rechilda Padilla Abella. Josephine Galiscano. Rowena Galicano. At Isabel Narangila. Sila po ang mga nakakuha ng gold. At ang atin naman pong kalalakihan ay hindi nagpahuli. Si Ginoong Elezer Villarosa Jr., Kenneth Marlow Tan, Joseph Tan, at Apollo, sila naman po ay nakakuha ng bronze, mahal na Pangulo.
Thank you very much. And you unite us. Our athletes and sports unite the Filipino nation. So thank you for your service. Majority Leader?
Yes, Mr. President. Mr. President, Senator Jinggoy Estrada would like to just insert into the records his co-sponsorship speech. Let it be inserted, Mr. President. And then next to deliver his co-sponsorship speech is no other than the gentleman from Davao, Senator Christopher Bongo.
So if there's no
I hope that
objection,
will be
the
recognized.
sponsorship speech of Senator Jinggoy Estrada is brought into the records. Senator Bongo, don't stop, go.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, as chairperson of the Senate Committee on Sports, it is with great pride and honor that I rise today to co-sponsor Senate resolution congratulating and commending the Philippine National Bear Bow Archery Team for their outstanding performance in the Malaysia 2026 Bear Bow Asia Championship. Our national bear bow archers brought honor to the country by winning 1 gold medal and 2 bronze medals in this international competition held in Shah Alam, Malaysia. This achievement is a proud moment not only for Philippine archery but for Philippine sports as a whole. Kasama po dito ang kapatid ni Senator Robin Hood Padilla, si Miss Rechilda Padilla Abella. Congratulations po sa inyong lahat. Kaya pala si Senator Robin Hood, malakas ang loob dahil sanay sa archery ito. I have always been a strong advocate of promoting sports development in the country. I firmly believe that sports can positively impact the physical and mental well-being of our citizens and contribute meaningfully to nation building. Kinikilala po natin ang mahalagang papel na ginagampanan ng sports sa ating lipunan dahil naniniwala po ako na ito ay isang mabisang paraan upang mailayo ang ating mga kabataan sa masasamang elemento katulad po ng illegal na droga. At gaya po ng parati kong sinasabi, get into sports, stay away from drugs to keep us healthy and fit. Kaya naman po ang tagumpay na ito ay hindi lamang bunga ng lakas ng katawan o galing sa pagpana. Ito ay bunga ng tiyaga at sakripisyo. Sa bawat tira, dala ng ating mga atleta ang pangalan ng Pilipinas. Sa bawat pag-angat ng pana, dala nila ang pangarap, disiplina at dangal ng bawat Pilipino. Their victory reminds us that Filipino athletes can excel not only in mainstream sports but also in specialized and highly technical disciplines. Given the right amount of support, training, and exposure, our athletes can compete and win against the best in Asia and the world. Mr. President, this achievement also sends an important message to our young athletes that there is honor in discipline and there is pride in representing the country, no matter what the sport is. To the Philippine National Bear Bow Archery Team, congratulations po sa bawat isa sa inyo. Your performance has brought pride to our flag, inspiration to our youth, and renewed attention to the growing promise of Philippine archery. May this victory encourage stronger support for our national athletes, our coaches, and our sports programs from grassroots development to international competition. Matandaan natin, dati kulelat po tayo sa Olympics, wala tayong ginto. Ngayon, since 2019, meron na tayong dalawang ginto nung Paris Olympics at isang ginto naman po nung Tokyo Olympics last 2021. Rest assured that I will remain steadfast in my commitment to ensure that the rights and welfare of our Filipino athletes are always at the forefront of my priorities. We will continue to work doubly hard with all concerned agencies and stakeholders to bring our country the glory it deserves and to establish the Philippines as a true sports powerhouse in Asia. Sa ating mga atleta, go lang ng go. Thank you, Mr. President. Mabuhay po ang ating mga atletang Pilipino.
Thank you very much to our chairperson of the Committee on Sports, Senator Bongo. Majority Leader?
Yes, Mr. President. Mr. President, let me also associate myself to the sponsors of this measure. And all I wanted to say, Mr. President, is I hope that we can acknowledge in this August chamber the matriarch of Padilla family who is here with us, no other than the mother of Senator Robin Hood Padilla, Mrs. Eva Padilla, who is here with us. Of course, with the Romualdez Padilla, and as I mentioned earlier, Boss Ma'am Mariel Padilla is also here. Dr. Rowena Tad Evangelista is also here. We'd like to acknowledge them, Mr. President, and put on record, Mr. President, that all members present here today wanted to be co-author of this resolution.
Yes. So
and
first,
so with that,
again, welcome the Padilla family and welcome Nanay. Senator Padilla, you want to say something?
Opo, Ginoong Pangulo, hindi ko po anak, kapatid ko po. Kinukongratulate
Sabi
ako,
niya
anak
yung
ko.
nanay mo. Ikaw daw anak. He was referring to yung nanay mo.
Di ba?
Right?
Hindi, kapatid ko po yung naka-gold. Hindi ko po anak. Masyado naman. Pambihira naman.
No, the majority,
Mr. President, just to put on record, no one actually claimed.
you mean his mother is here and he's the son.
Yes, I said the mother is here.
Hindi, sabi ni Senator Bongo.
Oh, Senator Bongbong. Okay. Yes, with that, Mr. President, no other member wishes to interpolate or propose amendments to the measure. May I respectfully move now that we adopt proposed Senate Resolution number 349 subject to style. So move, Mr. President.
I think others want to be co-authors.
I already mentioned, Mr. President, all members present
So
here today.
even the Ateneans want to be associated with archers? Okay. So if there's no objection, the motion is approved.
May I ask for a minute suspension to allow our guests to go to the roster?
Session
Mr. Thank you,
suspended.
Mr. President.
Oras na, tumutok ka, balita ang totoo. Philippine Pulse TV, piting ng bayan, sabay-sabay. Philippine Pulse TV, boses ng tao, kasama kay...
Section 8 of the 1987 Constitution, may I respectfully move to elect Senator Marcoleta as the Senate's representative to the Judicial and Bar Council, Vice Senator Francis Pangilinan. So move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, motion is approved.
Mr. President, may we invite all the members of this August chamber, all senators, for the All Senators Caucus at the lounge to talk about the calendar of schedule for the impeachment proceedings and other matters discussed a while ago in this August chamber. May we invite everyone to proceed to the...
And that includes the Secretariat who will brief us on precedents and
Yes.
On their computation of the number of days from the summons to replies, etc.
Yeah. And with that, Mr. President, may I respectfully move that we...
Just before that, Senator Tulfo?
With the indulgence of the majority floor leader, Mr. President, may I ask if this calendar will be published soon so that the public will know and have an idea of the schedules too, Mr. President, because I'm sure that the public is very interested in this trial, Mr. President.
Yes, I agree with you, Senator Tulfo. Once we agree we'd rather have consensus rather than vote on it. But if we do have a consensus, please move that we announce it to the public. So it really depends on our caucus today. But the Secretariat is quite prepared. They will show us what happened in the last impeachments. So I think we would have a very good view of how long this impeachment will take. The only tricky part really is when we have the impeachment during session days.
Therefore, Mr. President, can I move that we the calendar, the schedule of this impeachment trial be published so that the public would know, because they are really interested and they're waiting so that they can watch on the TV, on social media about the ongoing trial, Mr. President.
Majority Leader?
Yes, Mr.
It seems
President.
there's no objection.
Yes, with no objection, Mr. President, I move that we adjourn the session until 3 o'clock
Before
in the
that,
afternoon of Monday.
on the motion that we publish the calendar, there's no objection, so it's carried. Okay. Go ahead, your
Thank you,
motion.
Mr. President.
Sorry,
Thank you,
Mr. President. Thank you, Senator Erwin. Mr. President, I move that we adjourn the session until 3 o'clock in the afternoon of Monday, May 25, 2026. So move, Mr. President.
So we are adjourned till Monday, May, ano ba
May
Monday?
25. Mr.
25 at 3 p.m.